The chapter opens on the Fabrio phase of Egghead. Sentomaru orders citizens to evacuate the island. The workers are baffled by such an unusual command and demand to know why the pacifistas were deployed and what's going on. Sentomaru tells them about the island of Ohara, saying, "One day, out of nowhere, it was wiped off the map, all because the people there opposed the world government." He is referring to the study of the poneglyphs. We learn that Ohara Island hosted the largest library in the world, where scholars gathered to research them. The Navy was sent in to eliminate everyone on the island, including innocent villagers. Only Nico Robin survived the terrible massacre. Sentomaru continues that if the world government is targeting Dr. Vegapunk, this means that they're deadly serious about killing him. He explains that the world government is willing to lose one of the world's greatest minds, so the destruction to come will be monumental. Egghead will be ground zero. Internally, he desperately pleads for Luffy to hurry up and leave to safety with Vegapunk. In the control room on the 4th floor of Building A, we see a great commotion as the battle continues. Luffy unleashes Kong Organ, and Lucci uses handgun and Yellow Lotus attacks on S-Bear. Kaku uses his Tempest Kick attack, and Zoro uses one-sword-style Lethal Lion Song on S-Hawk. Despite landing several strikes, the Seraphims endure without any lasting damage. A frustrated Luffy shouts, "They're getting up way too easily!" He asks if they think they're Kaido or something and snaps, "Cut it out already!" Luffy's comments remind Zoro of an old opponent on Wano. He comments that the Seraphim resemble King, Kaido's right-hand man and a member of the Beast's pirates. Shaka turns in surprise to Zoro and asks, "A Lunarian on Kaido's crew?" Zoro replies that he didn't know exactly what he was and didn't catch the name of his people. Shaka realizes that King must be Albur, a Lunarian test subject who escaped Punk Hazard long ago with Kaido. He confirms that the Seraphim were made using King's blood and are strengthened by his lineage factor. Hearing this, Zoro remembers their point of weakness. He tells Luffy, Lucci, and Kaku to watch the flames on the Seraphim's backs. When the flames go out, they gain speed but become vulnerable to damage. He apologizes, saying, "If I'd clocked it sooner, I could have saved us some stamina." Initially, the others are sympathetic, and Lucci thanks him for the valuable intel. Zoro continues, saying he didn't have many clues besides his dark skin, black wings, white hair, and flames. At which point the other three scream, "You should have put it together sooner!" Luffy asks Shaka where he's going when he notices him leaving the room. He replies that he may know where Vegapunk Stella went. Zoro attacks the Seraphim for cover. Meanwhile, below them on the 3rd floor, Nami's group confronts S-Shark. She summons her Zeus and reminds the others not to be sympathetic, yelling, "We can't treat him like a kid!" We learn that the Seraphim has knocked Brook's head off his body, as well as heavily damaged Edison. Zeus tells her to close her eyes and shoot him out, growling, "I'll handle the rest!" She flings him forward, and he uses Thunderbolt to electrocute S-Shark from the inside. The strike seems to be effective, and Nami sobs and apologizes to Jinbei. However, just as Nami reattaches Brook's head, we hear a splash as S-Shark uses its swim fruit power to dive into the ground. Brook tries to warn a shocked Nami and Zeus to watch, but S-Shark quickly surfaces behind her and lunges to grab her. Brook prepares to retaliate when suddenly someone charges in yelling that if they ruled a country, the first decree would be, "Anyone who threatens Nami-san will face capital punishment." We see Sanji release a rare fillet strike, sending S-Shark flying. After checking on Nami, he declares, "I'll be your judge, jury, and executioner, Jinbrat." We go to the 3rd floor of Building C, where Lilith is furious at S-Snake, screaming, "How dare you petrify York!" She shoots her with her bubble gun, which only grazes the Seraphim's shoulder. Usopp panics that it causes no damage when suddenly S-Snake falls over. Both S-Snake and Usopp look confused as Lilith grins, saying, "These bubbles were designed to harness the ocean's energy." She explains that S-Snake's green blood was synthesized from a devil fruit user, giving her the same weakness. Usopp cheers, and Frankie takes the opportunity to subdue S-Snake while she's down. Unfortunately, they underestimate the damage as she jumps up and knocks Frankie away, shouting, "Stay back, you impudent lout!" Lilith and Usopp realize she's only been grazed when S-Snake fires a laser at them. Frankie quickly traps her under a large bubble as the others cheer. However, S-Snake cries that she's in pain, causing Frankie to hesitate. S-Snake takes the chance to break free and petrifies him with perfume femur. Seeing him partially petrified, Usopp panics as Lilith fires a storm of bubbles, but S-Snake dodges them all. She charms them with her love mellow, and they smile as they turn into stone. Underground, in the old Devil Fruit research lab, Shaka appears at the top of the stairs while voices cry out from a container asking who's there. Shaka can't believe they are Cypherpol agents, exclaiming, "I thought you had come and gone ages ago!" They plead for him to save them. Dr. Vegapunk calls out to Shaka, who is ecstatic he is okay, and goes to release him. Just then, Vegapunk asks who Shaka brought with him. A perplexed Shaka asks what as we hear a gun click. Shaka is shot in the head to everyone's horror. As he hits the ground, we hear footsteps approaching. The chapter ends with a close-up on Vegapunk's terrified face.